Over the past few years, you've seen me build up Etsy business, Amazon businesses. We've done crazy big days, $100,000 months. And when it comes to my own clothing brand, starting that, I'm at the point where I feel like giving up. Obviously, we have a whole bunch of sales, but as you can see, yesterday on Etsy ended at $1,900.
So the ads, you gotta make sure that you know your audience. You gotta make sure that the creative matches for the audience. So all the aesthetic lines up. So once everything lines up and you got it going, you just gotta scale it through the roof, man. And pay attention to the ROAS, pay attention to your customer acquisition, and get it together.
Alright, so in this video, I'm going to show you how much we just did at a clothing brand for a single day, as well as how much I made on Etsy and Amazon. And I'm also going to let you know on why I gave up on my clothing brand. Not technically, obviously, if we're about to go do a pop-up shop, right? But as you can see on the channel, there hasn't been too much clothing brand content lately. Let me know down below if you still want me to bring it back, because we can. But instead, I wanted to drive the channel with a whole bunch of knowledge that I have even more expertise on. If you've been watching me from the very beginning, you know the very first video I really ever posted had to do with Amazon. Then we moved into Etsy. Then we moved into print on demand. And then we also had the clothing brand content on the channel as well. So I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't by now. I'm going to show you guys some sales numbers. I'm going to show you guys some pop-up shop. We're also going to do some interviews with some other dope brands. They're also going to let you know how they got started with Facebook ads and how they made their first $1,500 with Facebook ads. Also, my 34th birthday is coming up. I'm going to do another free workshop this year. It's been a while since I've done this, and I'm also going to do a free MacBook giveaway for those of you guys who have been watching the channel. We've crossed over 250,000 subscribers. We've been at this since the beginning of 2019. Appreciate you guys for being day one, for watching every single video, for learning, and I want you guys to get the best education possible, but I also want you to implement it so that you can start seeing results. So let's go ahead and head on over to this pop-up shop, and I'm going to let you know why I practically gave up on this clothing brand. All right, here's a quick glimpse of our pop-up setup at Atlanta Streetwear Market. As you can see, we got the sign, we got the panels up. We posted a video on how we originally did this with the door panels about 2 years ago. Man, we've progressed a lot. As you can see, we did a whole bunch of the solid colors. We got lighting on the floor, and then we have a whole checkout situation over here. Even drove the car in here. Slightly messy on the table, still getting things ready. Of course, we have the QR code. You gotta get the contacts, you gotta get the data. That's the only way that you can make these pop-up shops worth it. It's about being able to create a customer that lasts beyond just that initial sale. So shouts outs to Atlanta Streetwear Market. They always show us love. And shouts outs to my cousins.
Showtime. How you doing? Introduce your brand, man. Hey man, say man, biggest brand in Mississippi, profit-minded clothing. You feel me? What you got from me?
Hey man, where you get this energy from, man? I love it, because we've been neighbors all week.
Man, for sure. So the energy really just come from, I ain't gonna lie to you, straight up God. But my mama, when I was younger, she used to tell me stop talking when I was younger, so I gotta start talking now. Hey, mama, I love you to death, but I gotta start doing it now. Look at her. She loves it.
Yes, in the small.
I don't have it in the small. I don't. If you would've came to me earlier, I had you. You was looking around too much at that. You saw that good deal. But I ain't mad at you.
I don't regret it.
Hey, you'll never get it again, but I got you though.
Thank you.
All righty then. Oh, you getting one too, huh? You walked around, I'm gonna tell you exactly what you did. She said, $50. $50.
What made you start the brand?
What made me start the brand? 2022, I saw Hollywood Shaq. This is back when TikTok was all a bunch of guys just dancing around. I wasn't trying to dance. I was trying to make some money. So I seen Hollywood Shaq giving out free game. I started implementing that, and then I started realizing that my marketing wasn't really working because I was trying to copy everybody else. But I started showing more energy, showing more creativity and positivity with my brand, and the numbers went crazy. People shop with me now because I really do not talk to anybody any different. If I'm talking to this camera right here, same way I'm talking to them. That's why we end up getting sales, you feel me?
So how did you start it? Like you got into like just straight up cut sewing? Like,
Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie. Manufacture, I'll tell you a true story. My first shirt, let's say this design is on the front, this design is on the back. My first shirt, I went to China, never knew nothing about a tech pack, never knew nothing about size charts and none of that stuff. My front design was on the back, my back design was on the front. On a blank, it was so terrible. Now don't get it twisted, I still sold them shirts and I'm wrong for doing that, but it had to be done, I ain't gonna lie.
so like what's the future for the brand? Like
The future for the brand, really just keep growing in, again, not only just with the energy, just with more awareness, getting outside more like I'm doing with the pop-ups, because I'm a former college athlete. I used to not have too much time, but now I'm outside whenever I can. I just left Houston a couple weeks ago. Now we in Atlanta, we trying to make things happen for sure.
All right, so if someone's starting out, how should they sell like their first sale?
Their first sale, I personally would tell them, try to think of something that's already kind of trending, or think about some things that nobody's done yet that will grab attention. There's a bunch of products that I've recently released that are not the most creative, but they grab somebody's attention off of maybe a detail, the fitting, things like that. So try to just stay true to yourself and don't hop on every single trend. If you hop on every single trend, how you gonna make money if everybody else already made money from it?
All right, so was it online first or was it in person?
It was online, but them guys in my dorm rooms, they helped me out too. Shout out to them Belhaven University football players for real. But yeah, it was online a little bit, but traction started picking up more when I started picking up a camera and showing my personality.
Any last words with the father?
Any last words? Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and keep God in your life. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Oh, and shopprofitmindedclothing.com for sure.
Alright, it's nearing the end of the night. Since we don't have our online game going really crazy, this is kind of one of the reasons why it's hard for me to focus on the clone brand, because like, I mean, we got a whole bunch of sales. So let me flip the camera around. Obviously we have a whole bunch of sales. So this one's just for the pop-up. We still have about another hour or two, about $4,500 in sales. But if I go to one of my Amazon accounts, this is how much we've done today, and I don't have to do any type of work with this. All right, that's the last 30 days. All right, so go here, $1,500 in profit, about the same amount of revenue, but I don't have to do any work with this. A lot of my Etsy and Amazon stuff is fairly automated, so I really don't have to tend to it as much, right? I don't have to sit there and focus on new designs, new products, stuff like that. And obviously, if you've been watching the channel from the beginning, you would know that the majority of my sales come from Etsy, Amazon, marketplaces, print on demand, stuff like that. And that's one of the reasons why it's hard for me to focus on the clothing brand. Although the clothing brand does do decent sales, at the end of the day, it is kind of more of a passion project. You know, as we build up the email and the text list, we'll get more and more sales over time. But at the same time, man, it's hard to focus on it when it takes more hours to do less money than like my main income that takes less hours to do. So yeah, that's pretty much why I felt like giving up on it, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna keep pushing and we're gonna see how it goes. Headed to Atlanta Streetwear Market. It's gonna be a good second day. I'm still gonna let you know why I wanted to give up on the brand. I'm about to show you my phone in a second. And yeah, so we're headed back. We're headed there in the R8 once again because we use it as a display prop. That's how you can also get write-offs. All right, so I guess I'll give you guys a quick little pull for all my car family. All right, so here we are. We'll maybe try to get down to like second. Car, if you guys been following me since I had the GTR is a whole lot faster going straight. This isn't that fast of a car going straight, but hitting all these curves and whatnot. I live in North Georgia, not that far North Georgia, but I live north of Atlanta, so there's a lot more back roads, there's a lot more curves and whatnot, and this is a fun car to take to the mountains, man. This is more of a track car, like where you can just hit up all these curves and turns, and it's much more fun. GTR was a fun car, but just kind of going straight. It was also fun like in the mountains and stuff, but like this car right here is insanely different. Disregard that. I actually live in Mexico. Man, I don't know what to say anymore. I've seen so many people, not so many people, but I've heard of people getting tickets and whatnot, and then I got my map showing. So I don't know, you guys. I live in Mexico. I live in like a little bit north of Mexico.
right, so last thing I want to show you, can't show you guys right at the top. As you can see, yesterday on Etsy ended at $1,900. So that's why I want to give up on the brand. We did roughly like $5,000 at that pop-up, which we've done like $8,000 or $9,000 in one day before. We haven't done them in a while. It also helps to convert people online. Another thing is yesterday we also sold much more high profit items than before. Before we were doing like $20 shirts and we're busy all the time. This time we're doing about $50 shirts and less labor, more profit. I think that's a bigger win. Really, I just need to get the online set up properly for the brand, and then that will be a win. I don't know if I stated earlier, but yeah, I pretty much do have a proper way to get more leads now. So we're gonna see how that goes. Giving up on the brand, and catch you guys next time. And here's day 2 of Atlanta Streetwear Market.
Right now you're here with Ty from Black is Love. What's going on, Rich?
What's up, man? How long you had this brand for?
Me and my homie, we started 2021, so this is our 4th year.
It's your 4th year?
Yep.
So what made y'all start the brand?
At the time, we just felt like there was a void in the market for, something like affordable clothing, like for our people. Pretty much like Black is Love was birthed out of COVID.
How'd y'all start it? Like, y'all got screen printing?
Oh man, so we literally bought a heat press, made about 3 designs, literally made probably about 5 to 10 shirts, and we just took photos. Let's say maybe within the first month we started running Facebook ads, and let's just say at the end of the first month we were able to make 1,500, So that was pretty cool, just starting something from the ground up. Just to start and just make 1,500. So
the first $1,500 you just straight from online sales?
Yeah, really just friends and family, and yeah, all online. Because we didn't really tell too many people what we did, when we dropped it. So we literally just made a ghost brand, dropped it online, and just we just wanted to hear from the general audience, because you're not gonna get rich from your friends. So it's it doesn't matter if my friends thought it was cool or if they bought it. It really was just for the people.
Did you already have e-commerce experience? Because a lot of people spend money on ads,
right?
And they don't make any money. They just lose it.
Right. My experience comes from fine arts, digital graphics, videography, photography, and marketing. My partner, he has some background with ads, so he was the one that pretty much jump-started us with ads. Yeah.
Ty said y'all made y'all's first $1,500 on Facebook.
Yes, we did. So the ads, you got to make sure that you know your audience. And you got to make sure that the creative matches for the audience. So all the aesthetic lines up. So once everything lines up and you got it going, you just got to scale it through the roof, man. And pay attention to the ROAS, pay attention to your customer acquisition, and get it together.
So what do you got to say to people who's losing money on ads whenever they're trying to?
People who are losing money on ads, I would say you got to know your audience. So as soon as you know your audience, if your creative matches to your audience, then it's going to work. And if it doesn't, it's not going to work. So it's let's say it's a triangle. So it's your audience, it's your creative, your audience, and then the people you're targeting. So once you hit 2 out of the 3, you got to hit really 3 out of the 3, and then you just got to scale it up. Most people mess up because they don't know who they're targeting, or who they're trying to target is not the right people, or the creative is not good enough.
All right, so last question. Y'all killing with online. You know how to run Facebook ads. What y'all doing out here to eventually this?
Look, the quickest way to see if people like your stuff and the quickest way to get $1 is to take your stuff and go somewhere where people are already spending your money. So if you take your product and you place it somewhere where people are already spending money and they buy your stuff, that means you got a product that's working. Then once you test your product, then you should go spend money on Facebook ads and stuff like that. Because if you therefore take your product that you're trying to sell on the internet and you put it somewhere where people are already spending their money and they don't spend no money on your product, it's not going to work on the internet.
You got any last words?
Follow us at blackislove.co and run it up. Got to get to the money.
So that's why I wanted to give up on the clone brand. At the end of the day, it feels like a hobby to me, and it's kind of difficult to pursue whenever it's not bringing in the dough like that. And I know a lot of times you guys may feel the same way. So don't look at me any different, A lot of my income has come from Etsy, has come from Amazon, and I've been doing that for years, and I figured out the systems to put in those places. Yeah, I've made lots of money with the clone brand stuff as well, but at the end of the day, how passionate are you about the brand, and how far do you want to go with the brand? And also, the numbers from that event wasn't even as typical as we've done in the past. We've done close to $10,000 in a day in the past, and I spoke with other brands that are there. There's brands that do 20, 30, 40K over the weekend at that event. So even if you don't like my numbers, that's cool, because I know a lot of you all have a way better looking brand than I do, especially when it comes to designs and the pieces and the merch and whatnot. I'm not the best when it comes to being creative, but I do the best that I possibly can, and I just try to get out there. So I'm not going to give up on the brand, although it can be difficult at times, even for someone like me. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and comment, hit the like and the subscribe, because those are the metrics that actually tells YouTube that you like the video, and that allows more people to watch it, and that allows me to know that I can post more videos like this. My birthday workshop's coming up, 34th birthday. Gonna do a huge free training. Anyone who's joined in the past has gone crazy. I'm gonna give you guys the same information that I've given my 6 and 7-figure students that help them launch their business as well. And I'm also going to be doing a 250,000 subscriber giveaway, you guys. Giving away a MacBook. Much love to everyone who watches the channel. My name is Rich. See you on the next one.